And I guess I never really shared with you guys in this series, what I actually do in my own garden. Do I grow organically? Do I grow with synthetic fertilizer? What do I do? So I'm not afraid of synthetic fertilizers and synthetic practices. But what do I do in my own garden? I grow organically because it's easier and it's cheaper and it's pretty much free. I do everything as free and conservative as possible, and it's just easier for me. That's the main reason why I do it. Yeah, I want to be good for the environment and all that stuff, and all that's great. But, in the end, I just think knowing all the facts about organic food versus inorganic food and what it means, um, for me, it's just the best practice is to do organic gardening because I think it's easier, and it kind of follows nature and the way God designed how to grow food, in my opinion. So what I do is I just create my own compost. I gather leaves and free resources, leaves and grass clippings and wood chips, and use my own um, fruit scraps and vegetable scraps, and I combine it in a compost pile. I have videos showing that already, and I make my own compost and I apply that to the top of the garden once a year, every fall, just like an inch or two of compost, and that's all I do. And that builds all the soil life, and I just let God's work do the rest. All the microbes feed on that compost, and they turn it into the nutrients that the plants need. And I don't use any fertilizer at all. I don't use any pesticides or herbicides. Yeah, I have some bugs, but I just deal with them. They don't usually wipe out my whole garden. If you have healthy plants with healthy nutrients and healthy soil, most of the time the plants will be able to fend for themselves. Not all the time. You can get bugs, and I've had plants be wiped out, and animals come in and wipe out my plants. But for the most part, that's all I do. I don't pay any money for any fertilizer or anything. And I can collect my own seeds, and you can pretty much garden pretty much for free. Not 100%, but it shouldn't cost you a lot to garden. So just follow along, and I'll show you everything exactly as I do every day, and starting this spring.